Hi, streamers and recorders. I've got something I'm really excited to talk to you about. It's my previous setup. I got something I thought was really innovative, but my computer didn't have enough throughput for it. I had a Mac Mini M1, and it had 16 gigabytes of RAM, but and it's extremely fast. I think everybody knows that. But I think it has a small pipe. So it can get a lot of data through it because of its speed, but it can't get a ton of data through it because it just doesn't have the huge throughput. And so I decided to grab a PC instead. I built a PC that's got a lot of throughput. And there was a reason for that. There were some problems. So back in the good old days, not so good old days, I realized when I was interviewing students about my videos, they were telling me they can't tell what I'm doing on my videos. And there were two reasons for that. So watch my bass drum pedal. You can pretty much see what's going on. This is as fast as it looks when I just look down at it with the naked eye. And what they were seeing was more like a blur. So that wasn't just the bass drum pedal. That was also when I was playing with my sticks. So if I'm like, oh, I see. If I'm like going around the drum set like that, there was just a lot of blur and muddiness. So I showed it to my son and said, what do you think of this? Is this hard to understand? Can you play along with it? So he tried to play along with it. And when he was playing along with it, he noticed right away that my feet and my hands were happening later than the audio. And probably all of you, I don't know, have run into the thing that video is a lot slower than audio, and so you have to adjust them to synchronize at the same time. But I had been teaching all through the pandemic and had become accustomed to the look of the video being behind the audio to the point that I was no longer conscious of it. So I was really lucky that he pointed that out. So I got on the Ecamm boards and stuff, and everyone was really nice on Discord, and they told me what to do. So if you have Ecamm, use the Ecamm Discord. Everyone was so helpful, Keeley and all those guys. And so they straightened me out. I fixed it, and I looked at it, and I was like, something's still wrong. And I realized it was the motion blur was a lot worse than in real life. And so this is the only thing I know so far that I've fixed, because I haven't got my other features set up yet, because there are other things in the checklist to set up before them. But I'm making my way through my checklist, and it's been really exciting. So I'm just going to share my screen with you and get us over to an Ecamm video I made. And so here I am. This is what I look like when I'm concentrating on, hey, there's a timing issue here, Okay, so this isn't paused for the video, but I thought it'd be fun to just show you that I got this idea, like, why not kind of become a cyborg and run a drum machine where you see the highlight down here where it says 4/4 in the music notation at the bottom. That thing hovers over each note when it happens. It lights up there. And so when my students play along with this drum machine at home during the week, it's just been a killer app for me and for them. And it's not called NedMod. They voted that down. It's called NedsMod. And what we do is, what it has these, what do you call them? I want to say increments, but that's not what they're called. They're called metrics. Yay. So it's got these metrics. Here's something funny. T is missing on total for total playtime up at the top. So if you're looking at the top left-hand corner, that's where I was looking too. It's just that you can't see me mousing over it and with my big, giant yellow pointer, because vMix shrinks my pointer, and I don't know how to make it big again. I'm not sure what to do yet. So I'll learn it. I'll figure it out. Anyway, so all I would have to do is just click on this frame around those words and drag it to the left, or hit the left arrow and bump it over incrementally, and everything will fit again. It's funny because these things are hovered over a browser window. So if the browser window resizes in some way that you don't understand even why, the words or whatever start falling out of the little frames. But these are called screen share overlays. And I have one. GrooveScribe is the next one, 2. Then this one with the timer is 3. And the next one is beats per minute, 4. And this slider shows you that you're speeding up, as along with the 34 beats a minute thing. And that's 5. And then this notation at the bottom is 6 screen share overlays, which were using a lot of resources and needed a ton of throughput. But that's not all. I was automatically switching cameras. So you can see my foot or my feet playing here. Those could move up to the top in the next scene, and maybe you could see me from my left side down here, or I don't know if you can see my mouse, but I'm down where the bass drum pedal is currently, would be replaced by a drum, like my shoulder view, the side view. And then up here, something else might come in, like that picture you see in the front. It could switch to a small thing, and then you'd see a big picture of my foot, that kind of stuff. So those pictures change every 5 to 10 seconds, and changing camera overlays and changing scenes so fast like that also takes a lot of resources. So camera lays take a lot of resources. Lots of cameras take a lot of resources. And then even more resources were taken by my cameras, because my cameras were attached with individual capture cards. So every capture card was a little bit of a resource hog, or a lot, I don't know. I never was able to benchmark it. I didn't think of doing that. But each one takes resources, and I had 7 plugged in, and or 6 in a webcam, I think. And all that stuff was, going from a dock, really nice CalDigit docks, through Thunderbolt, which is very fast, into the Thunderbolt port of my Mac Mini M1. So the Mac Mini M1 is screaming fast, but it doesn't have huge throughput. It's extremely fast through a little pipe, which can give you a lot of move a lot of data for you. But I needed something like a big pipe, a water main. I needed a water main. So I switched over to a PC and kind of didn't make any compromises about it, except one. I got a workstation motherboard that's a 3-year-old model. It's still on the market instead of the latest one, because that would have forced me into $10,000 more on the computer. But this is still way beyond the specs that vMix said I need, and so they're excited for me. And the only thing I've proven so far is that I've killed the motion blur when there's cameras attached. And the way I attached the cameras was through 2 capture cards that have 4 HDMI slots on each one of them. They're they're extremely fast capture cards. They have 8 lanes, and they're PCIe 3, which is twice as fast as 2, which is twice as fast as 1, PCIe 1. And so now the camera stuff seems great, but I haven't started doing these other things, right? I haven't made my screen captures, of all these parts of GrooveScribe, Ned's mod. And I haven't made all my camera overlays. And I haven't turned on my automatic switching from camera to camera, but also switching the composition of the scene as well. The only thing that doesn't change in the scene is the GrooveScribe overlays. So I've got my fingers crossed, And I'm hopeful that this is all going to work, and I've been told it will. But I'm telling myself it will, but I've just had so much bad luck so far. Okay, I was just taking those down because I get the feeling somebody's going, you need to get a Stream Deck, dude. All right, I've got the 32 key Stream Deck here. I've got the 15 here. I've got a 6 on the floor or something. I don't know. It's hanging. Oh, here it is. Here's the 6. And then I've got the foot one down on the floor. So I've got 4 Stream Decks. They're all working with my computer. I just haven't, quote unquote, wired them up virtually to vMix and I use Zoom for teaching the drum lesson, so I need to get that all working. But I'm fine with that. I will be fine with that. I'm really happy with my forward motion and all the stuff I keep knocking down on my checklist. And I think it's a logical checklist, but what you see isn't all there is. There's going to be more, and I'm excited to get back to this kind of a look. Oops, I didn't take you with me there. Back to this type of a look here, and keep playing with that and refining it. This has never been tested on any students. So I've gone through a lot of technology learning curve and a lot of expense to find out if this is a true innovation that's going to help people be able to play along with my YouTube videos or not. But logically, it should be. And, if I'm patient enough to make 1 million videos where they play for 6 minutes between 30 beats a minute to 60, and then another 6-minute video from 60 beats to 90, and all that stuff, then it's got to work. I can't just do that and have it not work. So I'm excited and scared for testing this stuff on my students and seeing if it works. But since I got vMix, I have made a lot of student videos that are just, a video of my foot or a video from the front. And my students have played along with those successfully. So I've already killed one dragon. And vMix is, dialed in so that the video and the audio come through at the same time. So in my studio, I see this. Clap, 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 clap. But on my videos, I see clap, 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 clap. And I'll keep tightening that up. If anybody sees some synchronization problems, I'd love to hear about it. Okay, that's it for me. Thanks so much. I'm bailing out.